We're good. So for those of you who do not know, who has the floor right now, Superintendent Mackey Pendergrast, also joining him from the school board, Mr. Len Posey. Mr. Pendergrast, you're in your second year now as superintendent? Yes. Okay. And I have to say, working together, it's been a pleasure partnering with the Morris School District at where we're at, and we've got some things we're working on, and it's been a pleasure to work with you. So
thank you. So first of all, thank you for having me here tonight. My goal is to talk about the vision of the district, some of the successes we have, and how we'd like to move forward. I want to thank also the mayor and the council for the partnership that we've established over the last year and a half, going on 2 years, and the chief and the police as well. They've been fantastic partnering with them. As always, security is certainly one of our highest priorities, and it's been a wonderful partnership. So thanks, everybody. I want to talk about first some of the successes in the Morris School District. I'm going to use a little bit of data because we want to make sure that this is an evidence-based, factual conversation. So some of the numbers I have up there at the top, you can see the first column is actually 2014-15. This is the English Language Arts scores for 5th grade students in the Morris School District. You can see 66%, that's the percentage of students who met or exceeded expectations. This is 2 years ago. Now, in the Morris School District, we have, to just use an average, sometimes doesn't quite get at it, you have to look at our whole student body population. A third of our students are economically disadvantaged. A third, approximately, throughout the entire district, and in 5th grade. And when you pull that group out, so you're looking at just non-economically disadvantaged students, that number rose to about 77%. 77% of the students in that first year of Park met or exceeded expectations. You can see I have Chatham up there. You can see in Chatham, the entire school, you can see it was at 85%. And if you pulled out and looked at just the non-economically disadvantaged kids in Chatham, you can see that it's 85%. That's because they only have about 1% economically disadvantaged, where the Morris School District has about a third. So I think it's really important, because a lot of times you see rankings, and you have to be careful. Everybody knows this, of course, you'd hope, that when you look at averages, and when you start peeling it back and looking at it a little bit carefully, it does tell a little bit different story. But we've put a tremendous amount of effort, a tremendous amount of focus on instruction, very ambitious pursuit of improving our instruction. You can see this year, those numbers went up quite dramatically for all groups. And then again, comparing that to Chatham, which the reason why I pull out Chatham is it's nearby and generally considered one of the finest school districts in the state of New Jersey. Then you can see that our kids, when you're comparing apples to apples, do exceptionally well. That's the data that you'll find, by the way, New Jersey performance reports online. And those percentage of kids, total all kids who moved into exceeding expectations went up this year as well. So we're proud of that. Math, we made some critical changes in our curriculum last year. You can see 2 years ago that those numbers were considerably lower than Chatham. And then this year, again, we saw really impressive gains. Probably some of the most impressive gains in 5th grade in the state of New Jersey, one of the highest. And again, if you were to compare that to Chatham, you can see the non-economically disadvantaged kids compares very much so at the same level, if not a little bit higher. So we're very proud of that. Those are the hard numbers. That shows that we're doing certain things well. You may remember with Park, there's a lot of complaints a couple of years ago that the test was too hard. But we're doing well with that hard test. And what I really want to show you here now, we broke down all the different subgroups in the 5th grade. And I know it's a lot of numbers. I'll pick out a few things. This is the percentage, again, in all the different subgroups. And you can see, of course, there are some differences between the subgroups. And a lot of people talk about this. They say, well, there's a big gap between the Hispanic population, let's say, and the white population. But my response generally to that is, well, of course, because very often you have a group of students coming in who are learning the language, and of course there's going to be a gap. The question is, are they both groups ascending? That's the question. And I think you can see here that they are. But I would like to point this out, because this is a significant achievement for the school district. Every single subgroup in the Morris School District, including those who are economically disadvantaged, That means for a family of 3 making $36,000 a year. Every single subgroup in the Morris School District performed at or above all the average for New Jersey. That's significant. So we have kids who are underserved by general definition, nationally, but in this school district, they're outperforming the average in New Jersey. Very impressive stuff. We're very proud of that. And look at those numbers in terms of improvement in 1 year. A lot in the 20s. That doesn't happen because the wind changed direction. That happens because of great teaching, supportive community, great partnerships. We're very proud of all these things. So again, in math, look at the jump in terms of those exceeding expectations, jumped to 22% in all of our elementary schools. By the way, our elementary schools are all very, very close, all of them. So jumping to the high school, just a couple more statistics. I don't want to kill you with data. I don't want it to be a data dump, but a couple of impressive things. Last year, the highest number of students in 10 years taking an AP test, the highest number of students, the highest number of AP test exams being taken also in 10 years, and the highest number of AP exams being passed in 10 years. And you can see the rate of passing is just as high as any year before. That's significant. At our last board meeting, we honored 17 national merit semifinalists. The year before, we had 7. So we're seeing tremendous success, and in our high school, and we're making tremendous changes in our middle school and in our elementary schools as well. We're seeing a lot of very positive things. We have a very rich culture, art culture, whether it's our orchestra, our theater, by the way, you can't take it with you, opening up next week, our choir, all of these different things we've received honors last year, our students, I should say. The Star Ledger did a neat thing where they took all of the sports programs, how many championships you won, how many kids got first team, second team, etc., and then they gave it a point value. And the Morristown High School was number 11 sports program in all of New Jersey, all schools, number 5 in public schools, and number 1 public school in Morris County. That's, again, just by the facts. That's just, look, I'm not saying that's the all and be all is that metric that they use, but it says something. And again, that success is due to partnerships. The partnerships and uses of the fields and all sorts of other things from pre-K all the way up before pre-K. And by the way, our field hockey team just won the sectional championship. And so we're certainly proud of that. Now, beyond sports and some of the other things, that's a great picture, isn't it?
That is a great picture.
Yeah, that says it all. And they continue. So the New Jersey State Science Competition last year, pretty impressive. This is done by the scores. The kids go in and take the chemistry test. AP chemistry team. Our Morristown High School AP chemistry team, number 1 in Morris County. Our AP biology team, number 1 in Morris County. Our AP physics team, number 1 in Morris County. By the way, Morris County is pretty good education. Yes, we're pretty good. So the other thing, just in terms of total student experience, we're very honored. We partnered with CIEE, and it was a competitive process. We were chosen by them. We had to apply and be interviewed and all sorts of things. Our students got $55,000 worth of scholarships last year, and over last summer, 25 students visited 14 different countries. This year, because of the program, and again, the vision that we have for graduating globally competent students, we are going to receive $75,000 from this company so our kids can go off and visit other countries through a summer abroad program. Great stuff. And by the way, our kids are going to fantastic colleges. 11 kids last year. I usually don't like to say that, the Ivy League is the standard. It's just really impressive that 11 of our students are attending Ivy Leagues. 50% of our students who apply to most competitive or highly competitive college get in. So that's pretty impressive number. And so quickly, we're very proud of a new addition. Not just because it's a new addition, we're proud of the vision, the vision of how it aligns with our instructional philosophy. So just quickly, the original building, beautiful, almost 100 years old now. And we've bookended this on the other side. My first day, actually, June 1st, 2015, is the day we broke ground, and there's the before, and there's the after on the outside. Really great spot with new signage along the campus as well, 6 new classrooms, very occupancy, sensory lighting, very efficient use of resources. We have a great, on the bottom floor, this is very important to note, we have an advanced design manufacturing floor where our students can use both the computer technology and the traditional woods and metals to create advanced design. So it's not the old wood shop, it's the new way where we're using computers. We have CNC machines and 3D printers and the traditional as well. It is absolutely one of the finest facilities in the state of New Jersey or on the Northeast. I just came back from Baltimore visiting the Foundry in Baltimore, which they're getting tremendous praise for. It's part of this innovation hub, and that's for 120,000 students, and we've got something just as nice for a lot less than 120,000 students. We also have this great learning commons in the school, again, to model the different kinds of technologies, our way we want to instruct today. So here's an example in our STEM Academy where we opened it up and the kids were getting a lecture, and then they broke out and used the furniture to work collaboratively, and we have seamless technology built into our spaces. We're really proud of this new facility. It's really outstanding. On top of that, just quickly, we're refurbishing our athletic field. New bleachers. We are putting in 91 parking spaces, by the way. Should have them in there by January, and a lot of other stuff to try to certainly continue to improve, not just the high school, but throughout. So just to conclude, there's a lot more I could talk about. I won't, hopefully some other day, but just to tie it up, put a little bow on it, last year at the New Jersey Education Innovation Summit, we had about 300 superintendents and assistant superintendents from throughout the state come to this New Jersey Summit. The Board School District was the featured school district, and we gave the keynote featured presentation. That was, again, not just because of the way the wind was blowing that day, because of the accomplishments of the school district. You may notice if you picked up New Jersey Monthly, the featured article right in the middle is on the Moore School District and our innovative approach to instruction, and not just our innovative approach, but the fact that we're getting results for all different types of kids as because of it. And finally, the Moore School District just was accepted to what's called the League of Innovative Schools, coming out of this organization called Digital Promise, a very selective group, again, where it's a national network of the most innovative schools in the country who get together and share best practices so that we can keep addressing real problems. So a lot we're proud of. We have a very defined value system and steps and vision in the way we're moving forward, but we realize it's the relationships and the partnerships that'll help us keep us going in the right direction. So that's the short presentation. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. At this time, any questions from the dais up here? I know I have one. Anybody have any questions up here from the dais? Comment? Sure. Questions or comments?
This is just a thank you. I'm a graduate of the Morristown High School, and to see the advances that you've made and the improvement year over year, I mean, it's amazing. So I guess I lied. I don't just have a comment, I have a question. What are you guys doing that you've increased the performance in the school so quickly?
Yeah, that was the question I had. I mean, one or two bullets. Well, what's...
So it's a big challenge to say one or two bullets. I mean, but we have, number one, fantastic set of teachers who are open-minded and very much dedicated to the children. We are using the technology in such a way to have data so we know where students are at, take the mystery out of learning, give them greater opportunities for feedback and understanding where they are in the learning process. And here's the key point. We use the technology in such a way to enhance that teacher-student relationship. Our kids are not, nobody in the school district believes they should be looking at a screen all day, but using it very selectively and in the right ways to increase understanding, empowering those kids and parents and teachers. So there's a lot more to go into that, read the New Jersey Monthly article. It's pretty good in terms of kind of describing some of that. But using all those things in the right way. We talk a lot about, we have 1 foot firmly planted in being future ready and pushing hard to be progressive and innovative. But we also have 1 foot firmly planted in the traditional hard work, read more, write more, read more, write more, and that is the key. And so we think we do both of those things at once, and I think that's part of the reason why we have tremendous teachers who are really dedicated and open-minded, as well as principals.
Actually, I do have one more question.
Yeah.
Economically disadvantaged students, is there anything that's done to assist them or to give them even a further boost? Through like technology, or they may have limitations on technology at home and various things?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's a lot that we do. We can always do more. But certainly when it comes to technology, we have partnered with the Morris Ed Foundation and then trying to work into our budget to give these little MiFis.
Right.
We do 6 through 12, the kids are given a device. So that does equalize it a tiny bit. There's a lot more support that we need to give, and we're trying to foster mentoring. And there's, again, the Morris Ed Foundation does a fantastic job in creating tutoring, and we partner with churches in town and the collaborative tutoring. And so there's a lot that we try to do and coordinate it, and we continue to do that. But there's a lot that we try to do. I feel like we always can do more for each student, no matter who they are. But we're working on it.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank you, Mr. Posey and Mr. Pendergrast. As a father of an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old, one at Furling Highs and one at Sussex Avenue, gone through Alfred Vale. I mean, teachers, as you say, are absolutely fantastic. And I know that because when I was a kid, I would try to fake being sick and stay home all day. My kids, yeah.
You're the only one.
My kids truly enjoy going to school. And that is a testament to their teachers and a testament to the leadership of Mrs. Kelman, Mr. Frisano, and Mr. Liaro. Just fantastic principals, fantastic staff. So I see it firsthand every day, so thank you.
That's a great comment. And I will say, my experience, and I've been in education 28 years, I've been in central office going on my 12th year, when all the parties are aligned, your Board of Education, your administrators, your towns, the partnerships in towns, from councils to churches, when everybody's really rowing in the same direction, then those achievements come a lot easier. And when they're not, it's difficult to get to that. So we have that here in the Moore School District. Again, that's a tremendous tribute to the community as a whole. So, thanks.
Two of my children went to the high school and through the whole system. And I guess they're out about 25 to 30 years now.
Okay.
And it was a great system at the time. The two of them went to relatively very good colleges, and I'm just delighted that this progress has continued over the years. And under your leadership, et cetera, it's just a great honor to have you guys working for us. Appreciate it.
Those are very kind words, and I think that when I look back and I read about the history of the Moore School District, Mr. Wiley and others, and there's been such a dedication all the way through. It's certainly very humbling that that responsibility for us to continue everything that's been going on here for a long time.
Any other comments, questions? Okay. And just finally, congratulations on some truly impressive numbers. I had the same question as Matt, but the one comment that I just wanted to bring out, and you'll probably remember this. Was it this summer we were at an MEF event at somebody's home, and there were a couple of the underserved kids that were there that had the MiFis. Yeah. And they told their story to a group of about 50 or 60 adults, right? And I just couldn't help but these kids felt like they were so not part of the system for a while. They had to go to the library to do their homework. They didn't have Wi-Fi at home. They didn't have internet at home. So they felt like they were true outcasts, and they were completely disadvantaged, and they were. And the program, by having those MiFis, where they now have internet access at home, they now feel like they're part, and they feel like they can excel. And I talked to this one kid afterwards a little bit, and he was just beaming. He felt like he was just not part of the system to now where he was just part of it, and he was able to excel. He loves doing his homework at night. He loves researching and utilizing that MiFi that he didn't have before. So congratulations on A, the numbers, and B, for really thinking outside the box and providing our kids some truly great tools to use. So thank you.
Again, that was a result of a partnership with the Morstead Foundation.
Morstead,
And,
yeah.
Again, the community gathering together to focus on helping these students.
Before we move on, anybody from the out there have any questions that they want to step forward and ask? You want to come on up, and you can utilize this microphone over here.
Well, it's not really a question, but I actually tutor with the MEF. And so I have a few comments. I'm in my 6th year. And
You know what? We need name, and why don't you use the microphone over at this desk over here?
okay, all right.
Just name and address, if you wouldn't mind. You know the deal.
Okay. Diane Holland, 26 Northbridge Place.
Thank you.
I've been in the tutoring program at Frelinghuysen now for the 6th year. And I find it very helpful and satisfying, but one of the things that I think as a town we could do better with is through the park and other tests are coming out of 5th grade, the children are identified who need assistance, but their parents don't always send back the permission slip. And so there are willing tutors, and we have open slots. And so I think that children are given to us on a most needed basis. I don't really know that, but I'm to the point now, well, that one didn't give back their response, so we'll move on to the next child. So in some ways, if the town could encourage the parents and say, you know, this is your child's future. These are people who are not necessarily going to be sitting here, but I had a child once, and we talked about, I think his father was a painter. We talked about, well, how you're going to need this math. You know, you might be a painter. You need to figure out how many square feet you can paint with this can of paint. So I like the program. I sometimes get a little frustrated, but I think it works well. But I think we could do more to get the parents to understand. This is the first year. I just got this email this evening where the coordinator said, your student's parents want to make sure he's coming, and they're going to email you. So I just want to let you know. First one in 6 years.
Just progress.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So I just wanted to...
Great. Well, I appreciate the comment. Thank you for the feedback. And clearly, the greater involvement we can and connections we can make with the parents, the greater success the students are going to have. So thank you for the feedback.
Thank you.
Great. Any other questions to Mr. Pendergrast or Mr. Posey? No, seeing none. Again,
Thanks very much.
Mr. Posey, yes. Len Posey, President of the School Board.
I didn't plan on making any comments. I'm Leonard Posey, President of the School Board, but also Township President, 5 Graceway in the Township. I'm getting close to my 20th year on this board. The last 10 of them, or last 5 or 6 of them as a Township President, but also lived in the town too. One of the primary reasons why I am involved with the board and interested in the board is to help not only keep my community stable, but help it grow and retain the best of the community, as you are too, for the positions that you're in too. Of our 10-member body, 5 of us are from the township, and I just wanted to be able to say to you, it was mentioned by our superintendent a couple of times how important these partnerships are, that it is. I've had a chance and the pleasure of talking to many of you privately at other events, and I know how interested you are in the growth and in the sustainability and the progress of our high school and of our school district overall, particularly those that are in the township. But I wanted to let you know that you do have stewards that are looking after taxpayer dollars as you are too. I'm appreciative of the work that you do in keeping our taxes as low as possible, and I just want to let you know that I and other members of the body are trying to do the same thing. And although our superintendent did mention it, we've got one of the best operations in the state with respect to debt. Just wanted to tell you we're working with you to keep taxes low in this community.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, thank you, Mr. Pendergrast, Mr. Posey, and very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.